Hey guys, got a haircut. You like the lineup? Yeah, yeah. Uh, so yesterday my video about Dante Moore. It's completely off topic. What I'm talking about, but yesterday the topic about Dante Moore got 90 views in like 12 hours. Pretty spectacular. So gonna do this type of content too now because apparently it reaches people. I guess I don't know. But I just want to talk. Like I'm not doing this for like fame or anything. I just like talking. But let's talk about John Harbaugh going to the Giants. So, the thing that I do like about this deal, right? People are saying it's like Pete Carroll going to the Raiders. No, I don't think so. Let's get a little serious for a second. Fucking cat. But, anyways, reeling it back in, I think that this move is what the Giants needed. I think coming from a Giants, I'm not a Mets fan, I'm a Dodgers fan, but I'm a Giants and Knicks fan, huge Giants and Knicks fan. I have my Knicks shirt right here. Nope, it was not. Did not come prepared for this video. Putting it on the spot right now, but you can see the Knicks logo. A big Giants fan. I have a Josh Hart jersey, and Jackson Dart. I have all those type of jerseys. I even have a Pete Alonso jersey. He's gone now. We're getting hella sidetracked. Anyways, this isn't a jersey show off or a merch show off right now. I'm talking about the Giants taking Harbaugh. There's people are saying this is like Pete Carroll going to the Raiders, which I beg to differ. I feel like it's more like Mike Vrabel going to the Patriots. I know this isn't a very hot take, but some people have saying, "Oh yeah, John Harbaugh going to the Giants is like Pete Carroll going to the fucking Raiders." It's like, no, that doesn't make any sense. I don't think that's true. I just think that what they're doing is very smart. I think it's the reason why it differs from the Raiders and the Patriots, more towards the Patriots side, is that they have a 1-year good flash quarterback that's looked good. He might even win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't know if he will, but he might. And you don't know what will happen. But I think this is more like a proven winner. I know he hasn't won a lot the past recent years. He missed the playoffs this year, but that's the whole reason why I think he's getting fired, because he missed the playoffs. Still doesn't matter. I think they need a culture changer. The deal isn't finalized yet, but I think they needed this culture changer. They need this guy to come in and immediately seal the deal. And this reminds me of Mike Vrabel going to the Patriots. Proven quarterback in Drake May. Decent enough O-line. They might pick O-line. They might take CC Maui-Noah, or they might take Fano. You don't know. Or they might trade back and take, I don't know, Vega Ione. Like, you don't know. So, like, there's room, there's wiggle room, right? But what I do like is that, yeah, Jackson Dart reminds me a lot of Drake May. Drake May, I know, is a different type of player. He's a little more throwish and he relies less on his athleticism, and is a little more smart with the football and how he runs. You can see with all Jackson Dart's concussions. But I do think that they are around in the same like realm, right? Last year, Patriots were terrible. They went 4-13. It wasn't a good season at all. Hire Mike Vrabel, instantly second seed, because that team is so well coached. They made the right signings. Obviously, that comes from the front office too, not just Vrabel. The GM obviously hired Mike Vrabel, but still, I just think that it's a very similar situation. The defense has been playing lights out. I think the Giants, if they hire the right people, can play lights out, versus the Raiders, who Pete Carroll, I think, took like a year off, or like a little, like a more time than Mike Vrabel, in my opinion. Mike Vrabel is a little more solidified and less old, and I just feel like he's a better culture builder than Pete Carroll. I think Pete Carroll is way past his prime. But yeah, I don't think Pete Carroll. I don't think Pete Carroll and the Mike Vrabel hiring sees eye to eye. I think that Harbaugh going to the Giants is a little more like Mike Vrabel-esque. I'm not gonna say it's going to be a carbon copy, and the Giants are going to be the 2 seed, and they're gonna make a crazy run, and Jackson Dart's gonna have an MVP year. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, like, there's room for more improvement and better, like, there's a higher ceiling now, and I feel like this team is going to rally with Harbaugh now, because he's not really that big of a defensive coach. He's obviously not an offensive coach. He was more of a defensive coach coming in, but he's more of a culture builder. And even Daboll was like that, but I still think that Harbaugh will still do a good job. I think that even with Daboll being gone, this team still wants to rally. I don't think they were getting that out of Mike Kafka too. That's the point. Like, you needed someone new. Like, you needed a new person, and that's the whole point, man. Like, you just needed somebody new. And I think I think Harbaugh is a step in the right direction. I think he's making the right decision of going to the Giants too, because it's such a young team, and it's a very coachable team too. It's not super old. Like the secondary, like no one's older than 26. Like it's crazy. Like Debo, Holland, Newman, Phillips, Klot are all under 26. Like that's how good this team is, right? Young this team is too, and the defensive line isn't that old either. It's just Burns and Lawrence who are getting up in age, but they're both performing at elite levels. Thibodeau and Carter are very young, so you can build off that too. And the linebacking core is also pretty young too, other than Okereke. I mean, McFadden's very young, and you can draft a linebacker too. So like, there's a lot of wiggle room for this roster, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and even on the offensive side of the ball. It's a very young team, and that's why I think Harbaugh took this team, is because it was very young. And it reminds me of the Patriots. You can sign some veterans that'll help lead the locker room, and then you hope Jackson Dart turns into that guy. Or it also kind of reminds me of the Bears too, where young proven quarterback who looks pretty good. Some electric running back play, not elite running back play, but electric, and a proven wide receiver one. DJ Moore, Malik Nabers, proven wide receiver ones. You draft well, you sign free agency well, you coach this team well, you hire the right people, this team can make some noise. But again, it's the Giants, you don't know, and I don't trust Joe Schoen to make every single correct decision. I trust him to make some. He's made some in his past, but he isn't like an elite mastermind that people will always rely on and be like, oh yeah, that's a Joe Schoen masterclass. Like, no one says that. I think like the best move he's made was Brian Burns. That was by far a great move. It was like a 2nd and a 5th round pick. Like you can Brian Burns is definitely worth more than that, in my opinion. But I just think that what they did, and pursuing Harbaugh so, I guess, profusely, and just kept on doing it, was a very smart decision. I think that he kind of probably sold him, and honestly, I think the Giants sold on him too. I heard Jackson Dart came into the to the facility and met with Harbaugh and talked to Harbaugh, and they had a meeting, which is also very good, because that means Jackson Dart probably blew him away like he did with Dayball. So that's just the type of guy Jackson Dart is. I don't think this would have happened if they were drafting a quarterback. If they're in a quarterback needy situation, Harbaugh wouldn't be coming. It would be some other new fresh head coach. I don't think it would have been Stefanski either. I think because Harbaugh is coming in with Dart and Malik Nabers and Scadaboo and Tracy and Wandale, maybe Wandale. They'll see how much they like him if they pay him. But like those guys, that young core is very, very nice, and the offensive line played good. So like, there's a lot of room for improvement, but it's not a bad like team necessarily. It's a young team, it's an experienced team, but it's not a bad team. There's some old veterans they might cut this offseason, but it's a very young team. Like the best players I've mentioned on the offense, which is Dart, Nabers, Scadaboo, they're all very young. Scadaboo's like 23, Nabers is like 23, Dart's like 22. Like they're not 25 yet, and they're not even close to reaching their prime yet. So it's been good drafting. It's been good movement all around. I think that they are a very solid team in terms of head coaching opportunity. There's still some work. There's still a good amount of time to go, but I think that what Harbaugh did was smart by coming to a team which has a proven quarterback, and I think the Giants nailed the head coaching opportunity. They didn't even let him leave the facility. Like they didn't even let him have that many more interviews, right? So I know the deal hasn't been finalized, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. They just don't report the shit just because they're not close. Like there's some like legacy, or there's some like probably a little bit of contract negotiations. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I will say this is a good hiring. I give this hiring a B+. It's a little bit of an overpay because he's getting paid so much money, but the Giants are a rich organization. They can afford that. So they're done being stuck in mediocrity, especially Mara too. Mara was done, and he catered around for different things, So I think he's a smart owner. But anyways, this team's been pretty good. So happy how this turned out.